Welcome to Scrapple TV.
This week on Knerd News, adventures in the Oort cloud. Two Voyager probes were launched in 1977. Both spaceships carried a gold-plated record crammed with digital information about human civilization, including mathematical formulas, an image of a naked man and woman, whale vocalizations, and clips of classical and rock and roll music. NASA's Voyager 1 spacecraft recently entered a bizarre new region at the solar system's edge that has physicists baffled. Their theories don't predict anything like it. The area of space is now being dubbed the Magnetic Highway. Launched 36 years ago, Voyager 1 and its twin Voyager 2 made an unprecedented tour of the outer planets, returning spectacular data from their journey. The first Voyager sped out of the solar system in 1980 and has since been edging closer and closer to interstellar space. Scientists initially thought that Voyager's transition into this new realm, where effects from the rest of the galaxy become more pronounced, will be gradual and unexciting. But it's proven to be far more complicated than anything researchers have imagined, with the spacecraft now encountering a strange region that scientists are struggling to make sense of. The sun produces a plasma of charged particles called the solar wind, which gets blown supersonically from its atmosphere at more than 1 million kilometers per hour. Some of these ions are thrown outward by as much as 10% the speed of light. These particles also carry the solar magnetic field. Eventually, this wind is thought to hit the interstellar medium, a completely different flow of particles expelled from a deadly explosion of massive stars. The extremely energetic ions created in these bursts are known as galactic cosmic rays. They are mostly blocked out from coming into the solar systems by the solar wind. Researchers know that Voyager 1 entered the edge of the solar wind in 2003, when the spacecraft's instruments indicated that particles around it were moving subsonically, having slowed down after traveling far from the sun. Then, about a year ago, everything got really quiet around the probe. Voyager 1's instruments indicated that the solar wind suddenly dropped by a factor of 1,000 to the point where it was virtually undetectable. This transition happened extremely fast, taking roughly a few days. At the same time, the measurements of galactic cosmic rays increased significantly. The solar wind was completely gone. Galactic cosmic rays should be streaming in from all directions. Instead, Voyager found them coming preferentially from one direction. Furthermore, even though the solar particles had dropped off, the probe hasn't measured any real change in the magnetic fields around it. No one is entirely sure what's going on. Extending this analogy is almost as if Voyager thought it was going into the outside, but instead found itself standing in the foyer of the sun's home, with an open door that allows wind to blow in from the galaxy. Not only were scientists not expecting this foyer to exist, they had no idea how long the probe would stay inside of it. The probe could travel some months or years before it reaches interstellar space. The Voyager spacecraft are not immortal, even if sometimes they act like it. They have a power supply from the radioactive decay of plutonium-238, which generates heat. The half-life of that system is 88 years. Small thrusters occasionally are fired to keep Voyager 1's 23-watt radio antenna pointed towards Earth, where the faint signals are picked up on a huge array of radio telescopes in the United States, Spain, and Australia. NASA anticipates that the weakening power will force scientists to start shutting down scientific instruments on Voyager 1 in 2020, and that by 2025 the last instruments will be turned off. I'm Fallon Johnson for Knerd News, and if anyone has seen this Cosmos trailer, please comment and explain it to me because I have no idea what's going on.